Hey, I'm back. It's part 2. Another 10 minutes have been allotted, so to speak. We can finish up here. I've just been putting lighting on the horse in the back, even though he already has it. Better more than too much, I guess. Well, actually, I guess not. But anyways, you can see there's highlights all along the top. Whoops, can't be pointing at the screen. You can't see that. There's highlights all along the top of the horse. Well, I forgot here, but we're getting there. And we can apply that and see what happens. Looks pretty good. It's a very abrupt end to the highlights right here, but I don't think anybody will notice by the time we're done. So you can use a pro option. Well, they call it pro option, but you don't have to be a pro to use it. Dodging and burning. Dodging is what you do when you want to add light and the other options haven't worked for you, because you have to be real careful with dodging or you can really mess it up. And burning is when you need to remove light. These are two options that you will find in GIMP. And it's one of the main points of manipulation. You have to use these techniques to make the lighting right. So, we're going to start with the burning, I think, because we've got way too much light hitting on this area when there shouldn't be hitting on this area, because that's the shadow side. So you can turn this down, like tiny, and just, whoa, that's not tiny enough. Turn it down further, there we go. You can turn that down, and you can just start burning it. And that sounds bad, I know, but I mean, theoretically, you can start to burn the photo. My mouse isn't keeping up with me. And his legs are like illuminated here, and I tried airbrushing them while the camera was off, but it didn't work. So then I'm burning them darker to see what happens. I feel very weird saying I'm burning his legs darker. Sounds bad, but it's not. It's just photo technique. It's not really doing a whole lot, but no manip is perfect, especially when you're not using a proper program for it. It's close enough, I guess. So apply that, and then we've got to make some light hit right here. It's really weird, but if you look at it, you can see there's highlights here, there's highlights here. Right here is dark. I don't know why, but we can fix that. And come down here, and not like that. And we can, oh, that's not dark enough, that's not little enough. There we go. We can just dodge that right in there and blend it. Another thing we can do is blend this abrupt ending we've got right here with dodging, because dodging's not quite as strong as recoloring his coat like we just did. You can actually see how bright that's becoming. We need to cancel and start over because we might have gotten into the wrong area. Whoa, that is huge. Turn it way down, and let's try this again, and I'll try not to get it into new places. I think that's better. Okay, so another thing that we can do is we can come over here. Well, yeah, we can come up here to the shine be gone. Shine be gone is for if you're taking a picture and you get it too shiny. If maybe you take a picture of the beach and somebody's wet and you take a picture of them and they get all shiny and bleached out and it looks ridiculous. And the best way to fix that is with the shine be gone. But another thing the shine be gone can do is make the lighting darker somewhere, which we're not going to use this because we've already done all the darkening we need to. Well, maybe I'll click it right here and here where I got too much dodging in. But shine be gone takes the lighting. If there's too much light in the picture, it takes the extra light that created the shine out. But you can also use it to take light that is supposed to be there out and create shadowier appearance, if that's a word, shadowier, I don't know. There's light hitting in on the chest, there shouldn't be. That's better. Okay, we can come up here, apply that, and we can add a shadow. There's light hitting here, and a little bit back here probably. Obviously, there needs to be a shadow right here where there's light hitting the ground, and there shouldn't be light hitting the ground here because there's a horse in the way. So, we can come over here to Effects, and scroll back down to Doodle. And we gotta go to the blackest color, which is this one. And turn the brush size way down because it's huge right now. Well, not huge, but still too big. then the fade. Fade is very important. You cannot redraw a shadow with the fade off because it will block out everything. Let's turn the fade up to 60 and just try that somewhere. Yeah, that's good. That looks like a shadow I'm drawing there, doesn't it? So, let me erase that because I don't want shadows in random places. And the nice thing is we have an eraser and we can switch between it and the brush easily, so if we get shadow on the horse, we're okay. It's a better idea to draw your shadow before you combine the picture, because that way you're not in any danger of getting shadow on the horse, because your drawing will go underneath the horse, but I didn't think of that in time, so we're just going to do it this way. We're going to come here, and we're not going to try to imitate the shape of the horse or anything. We're just going to fill it in like this and try to blend it with that and make it look like there's a shadow here, like there's supposed to be. And then we need a tiny brush in between the horse's legs, like that. And I don't know, will the shadow be back here? The legs? No, wait. Okay, so we're done with the shadow. I don't know, I think it looks like it's a little better anyway. So apply that, and I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. There's still a little bit of like levitation looking going on with this last leg, but I'm not sure. I'm going to zoom this in and see. It looks like maybe we're missing a hoof. If so, you get concerned about hoof redraws. But I don't think we're missing. Whoa, that is huge. Okay. Are we missing a hoof? I can't tell. I don't think so. Looks like he's kicking up dust, or I got too much light removed on that. But I'm sure nobody's going to zoom in this far. Ooh, this will make me dizzy. Alright, we need to stop that. Ooh, that's better. Okay. So, another thing you can do, now that you've done the manipulation itself, I think it looks like it's pretty much done with the manipulation part. It looks like the horse belongs in the picture to me. It's not perfect, but it's never going to be perfect when you don't use the proper equipment. The last thing you need to do, which I'm going to have to hurry like heck now because I've only got 3 minutes left, is add your credits. Now the wallpaper background thing is a free use download from PNG Image, or not PNG Image, but freewallpapergallery.com. So first I put my credit, made by the and then upright, line. I have a lot of whoopses in my typing these days. And then get yours at thebookofhorse.weebly.com. And I misspelled horse, of course. I rhyme too. I didn't realize that. And then you've got horse pre-cut by Sandrum at GA. And then you can add your background freewallpaper.net. And I can add this. This is the font. Whoops, this is not right. My font is way down here. This thing, I can move fast enough. There we go. I always use one source. I like that one. And we can make this little enough to fit. This is kind of big, right? Maybe, but we'll find out. So we'll just drag this down here. That's way too big. Move it up a notch. There we go. Get rid of that. It's in the way. Whoa, I don't want to do that. I just want to move it. There we go. And now I think it's going to be best if we leave it, yeah, you can't see it black, so leave it white. You always credit properly when you do a manipulation, otherwise you can get in big trouble and you will lose credibility for pirating or stealing or whatever the images you use. So we have that done. This, by the way, is going to be a layout I'm going to be making. I'll put the code to the free use layout in the description. And thanks for watching. This is the end of part 2, and there's not going to be any more parts because we're done. So, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.